this isn't a movie, this is really happening.
The streets of Columbus, maybe even your street.
We look for human trafficking wherever we go.
Members of the Ohio Investigative Unit focused on offenses related to liquor, tobacco, and food stamps. Now also looking beyond those issues for victims of human trafficking.
It could be a carryout that's on complaint for food stamp violations, and when we're in that area investigating that complaint, we'll also be looking for human trafficking because we know how prominent it is in areas now.
Prominent enough for Ohio to rank 4th in the nation for the number of reported cases.
This activity doesn't just happen at night.
No, it's during the day too.
We ride along with an undercover agent as the sun goes down.
We're surrounded by a fairly busy street, neighborhoods, and this activity is happening around the corner.
Right.
These agents are trained to look at our community with a different set of eyes.
We broaden our focus on more than just the initial complaint in order to help save these victims.
When they identify a victim, agents work to connect them with advocacy groups specifically trained in human trafficking cases. Many victims much younger than you might think.
The average age for a human trafficking victim is 13.
You heard right, 13. Stephanie Rollins lived it.
At the age of 12, I ran into my human trafficker.
She thought he was her boyfriend, that he loved her. He kept the alcohol and drugs flowing, getting her hooked.
I felt that I owed him. Whatever he asked of me to do, I did.
What followed was a life on the streets.
I'm over here and I'm doing what I know. And, you know, it wasn't nothing abnormal. I've been doing it all my life.
Cocaine to heroin, looking to numb the pain of life she says was eating her alive. Stephanie remembers the moment she turned to a different power.
God, please help me. Help me. Put people in my life to show me how to live life because I don't know how.
Now 5 years clean to the day. She transformed her life. Stephanie works at the Peer Center and devotes time each week to share her story with other young human trafficking victims.
I've been there in different ways, shapes, and forms, but if I can just say, oh, honey, please don't. This is what happened to me.
It's an important message.
The stories that we hear from children are absolutely horrendous.
Brooke Pollard is the resource coordinator for Grace Haven, a nonprofit in Columbus that focuses on the 12 to 17-year-old victims of human trafficking. And what she hears from those young women is shocking.
When I talk to the girls that we serve in our house and I ask what kind of men are purchasing sex from you, and they say these are doctors, these are prominent figures, these are lawyers, these are politicians, these are salesmen, these are businessmen, these are people who are very well known in the community, who think that they can get away with it, that this is a victimless crime, and that they can, just like you can go to a vending machine and buy a Coke or buy a bag of chips, you can go and buy sex on your lunch break.
It's a cycle the Ohio Investigative Unit hopes to break.
I want people to know that this is very real.
Captain Gary Allen, the commander of the unit, believes their agents are already making a difference with this new emphasis on human trafficking.
When you protect and serve, that's what you want to do. You want to protect and serve. You want to help people.
So every night, the unit continues its patrols, looking not just for suspects, but also victims.
Human trafficking occurs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We really do have to keep our eyes open, and we really have to be on alert and aware of what's going on around us.
And those who work directly with victims know it will take the awareness of our entire community to make a meaningful difference.
As long as you have a demand and people want to buy sex from children, somebody will supply you with child victims.
As a survivor of child sex trafficking, Stephanie is now excited for the future, for a life she never thought she'd have.
I had no idea. I had no idea life could be this free.